right, guys, welcome back to the Intel Extreme Masters San Jose qualifiers for the American region. This is stage number 1, Cup 1, as we are still in the round of 32, actually. Some of the round 64 games took a little while to get going, and King Sage on Station is going to be our first map between Gowser User and Virium.
Again, very popular map this evening. Game 2 should just be on Overgrowth now, and then we just keep this nice pattern of just those 2 maps. But of course, this is going to be a really, really awesome PvZ. So we're getting a nice little show of various matchups as well so far this evening. Hope you are all enjoying, of course. For anyone just joining us now, there are 2 people going to be qualifying for Stage 2 tonight, and they go up against 8 invited players in Stage 2 on roughly the 11th of November. If my brain serves me. So those 8 invited players, plus the people who get through the 4 America qualifiers over this week, will battle it out for 3 spots with an all-expensive played trip to Intel Extreme Masters San Jose. But enough about the format, more about this game, which is going to matter to get here. And why are you uh-ohing? I know what. Okay, I see why you're uh-ohing.
Well, games have been interesting today, and apparently they're going to get all the more interesting very quickly, because we have, well, spawning up to the top left-hand corner, or down to wherever he wants to put something else, it is Virium, and down to the bottom right-hand corner, we have our red Zerg. It is Gowser User, who we've seen a lot of in the past, but we might not be seeing much of him for much longer.
Off you go, little probe. Go build your gateway. Go on. We'll pylon first, then your gateway.
I wasn't really expecting this, to be honest with you. I don't really see we don't see too many proxies against Zergs nowadays, like this at least.
No. You do sometimes see them in TVZ, just 2 axes, but 2 gates, proxy 2 gate, or even 1 gate in a stalker. Isn't as common.
Virium has to be assuming that Gowser User is going to open really greedy here.
Yep.
So maybe he's banking on the fact that because the Overlord goes in the right direction and it would normally see like a Nexus or a wall off or something like that and get good reads on it, then it'd be fine. But there's already a spawning pool on the way. He didn't go for the hatchery first, so... But this can still be problematic even with spawning pool, because we all know how Zealots do against
Where is that second Overlord going? Okay, the second Overlord is not heading over there at all. So this isn't going to get seen for a long, long time. The first gateway will be easily finished before this Overlord gets anywhere close enough to really know something's up, because obviously not seeing anything down in the natural base isn't going to be a big giveaway, because it could be a gateway opening. So, well, it is a gateway opening, it's just being proxied. Yep, natural base should be coming on down now by Gowser User.
Yep. And, well, here are the Zealots on the way being chrono boosted out. So the funny thing about all of this is this Overlord is going to get there and just be like, well, I guess this is a really delayed gateway opener. I guess he's got the Cybernetics core behind this, and oh, maybe he has a second gas as well. And then all of a sudden Zealots are just going to appear on his doorstep and he'll be like, yeah. But 8 Zerglings after seeing no Nexus is... kind of a really good start against all of this.
It's a good start, but it's only going to help so much, because getting those 8lings out has delayed the queen a little bit. Which is going to hurt, because 8lings up against 2, 3 Zealots, the lings don't win that fight.
This game's going to end up weird, because...
the lings are going to counterattack. That's actually quite a good decision.
Yeah.
He already knows. Okay, so he's seen the top of the ramp now. He's like, okay, well, this is like super, super delayed if it's anything that isn't cheesy. The Zealots have now been seen. The Probe has now been seen. Forge coming up back at home. This is perfect for Virium. He needs to get a cannon down. Really to defend any counter pressure.
Then he needs to protect it. Then he because the Zerglings are already going to be there. Spinecrawler's going to get worked on. Placing it behind the mineral line is very clever here for Gowser User, because the Zealots have to bounce back and forth. But sometimes you can even place it in the mineral line with the drones to allow the drones to try and defend it. But still, got to dance for now.
Look at the counter damage. These probes taking such a beating. Minerals stacking. Can try and drill their way through these lings, electrocuting them to death. This is just very, very funky. The Zealots getting taken out, though, is beautiful.
The thing is he knew he could take the engagement with the drones because of how much damage he's doing on the other side of things. But why are the Zerglings, why were they attacking the Nexus for so long?
Well, there was mineral drilling going on by the probes, so they're stacking, which meant that engaging them in that little clump isn't ideal. But yeah, no more Zealots are coming out. Cannon trying to get out back at home. The drone count is 6 to 9.
You know what's funny is that technically, because of the damage that they've done to each other, this game could kind of stabilize, but at the same time, now all of his gateways are over the other side, and now his tech's going to be in a really, really weird spot. And
it should still be fine for Gowser User, because he's got the inject from the Queens. He's now up to 13 drones, and that's going to go quite steadily. Yeah, I'd say Gowser User is in a very favorable position here at the moment, just because while Virium isn't going to die imminently. Not dying and surviving is not the same as getting into a good position.
The thing is that the cannon doesn't cover the extremities of the Nexus, so technically if these Zerglings wanted to, they could start just slowly picking away at this, but he did see a Zealot all the while that had gone over there, and Roach Warren's going to go down here for Gowser user, who has started to stockpile some gas, and if he gets Roaches out against only Zealots, well, it depends really on how many Zealots, because sometimes if you've got up against a ton of Zealots, it can be really irritating. But he's not going to have that because he didn't have the economy to fuel it, so I think Roaches is all right here for Gowser user.
Yep. The pylon has been, or the gateways have been found, but of course those 3 Zealots are going to be doing an awful lot to defend that. But with 5 Roaches coming out, Zealots are not going to be too happy. And yeah, Gowser user's just in an amazingly good position right now. There's an absolute eternity until we see any Stalkers out or a Mothership Core out or really anything that deals with Roaches even remotely well, and there's already 6 about to pop out for Gowser user.
Yeah, Virium's so stressed at this point to try and protect that one pylon, because if that goes down, then he's not going to have reinforcements for a long time. And with those Roaches now on the way, and actually they're just going to go straight past.
I'm surprised they're doing that. If they went straight for that pylon and took out the gateways...
He's just going for the throat, man. Just going for the throat.
It should already be a little bit... Well, Virium, he can't even bring anything over there. He thinks he's safe with the cannon. He's not going to see this coming. May suspect something. And of course, these 2 Stalkers, they're coming out are nice, but they're on the wrong side of the map.
These Zealots, they can't protect every single angle across this big surface area and these 2 gateways and that pylon, so trying to tickle away. Doesn't really get too much done, but really is just drawing his attention away from the main threat. That Mothership Core is going to be very handy, but...
No energy for a Photon Overcharge. So.
Yeah, it's just going to have to chew its way through all of this whilst the probes get gutted, basically.
The Roaches can do a great job as well, out of range of that Photon Cannon, so the probe's just going to have to stack up there. The Nexus taking a good bit of a beating. Note that Mothership Core just tickles away at Roaches.
Yeah, Zerglings at the front really not doing too much either there in the end, and he does have a few more Roaches at the back there to protect against Stalkers, but look at this. Actually, this is going to force the probes to actually go for the engage, because if he doesn't, the Nexus is going to fall. There we go. So, probes or Nexus, probes or Nexus. It's going to be probes going down.
Well, probes guaranteed damage. That's the thing. He may be able to focus down the Nexus. He probably could do still, but if the probes come off, a couple of shots from the Roaches are very happy. They get guaranteed damage. The Nexus will be saved. There's really no other option, but the probes is getting picked away at. This is not looking too good for Virium. Finally, a Stalker's here. That's going to help massively, so the Roaches may as well go for broke and kill as many probes as they possibly can. Focus the damage ones.
I mean, as we said before, it's not about trying to kill the
Nexus.
Nexus.
Oh my goodness, look what was coming up off the back of that as well.
It was a lot of Roaches, man. A lot of Roaches. It's ultimately, it's about hitting the Nexus to the point where the probes come away from the Photon Cannon. You know, Gowser user did that well. Did that really well. So good job by the Gowser user there to take out Virium in the first game.
We're getting such funky games today, aren't we?
Yeah, it's quite strange, but...
Something in the water, definitely.
Oh well, oh well. It's interesting to say the least. Keeps us on our toes. And now that means Virium has to win 2 games to move on to the round of 16. Again, this is around a 32 game. Some of the first round games were a little bit slower than others, so that's why we're having to do 2 series in the round of 32.
Yep, so all nice and good at the moment. Just waiting for game number 2 to start on up, but yeah, if Ghost User wins this, he advances on into the round of 16. He'd then have to obviously win the quarterfinals and semifinals to get one of the 2 qualification spots in order to get into Stage 2. And Stage 2, 8 invited players along with what will be 8 people from the 4 America qualifiers to battle it out for 3 spots to go to Intel Extreme Masters San Jose.
Yeah. And it's already going to be a sick tournament. We've already got people like Vortex there, 4GG, Polt, Rain, and Hero are our current 5 members of the roster. And then regardless, we have an open qualifier before that. An open bracket before that as well, where you normally get a lot of good players turning up. So good luck to these guys. It's going to be Overgrowth again, surprise. To round this series out potentially if Ghost User just takes it all the way.
Messioso would be very happy with these map vetoes at the moment.
Yeah, they're working out for his stats pretty quickly, so that's okay.
He has got stats. I know we commented on this on Saturday, actually.
Yeah, he tweeted at me about that.
Yeah,
he was watching.
He showed me his stats earlier today.
Did he?
He did.
Does he have lovely stats?
His stats are beautiful.
Oh, God. Oh, what a
Nearly
disaster.
as much so as Taylor Swift. If he's watching now, I'm gonna get so much abuse from him.
Why does he... whatever. Graham's weird.
What does he do?
Anyway, Overgrowth, our map. Let's get into game number 2 to find out who's going to be moving on to the round of 16. And what the... Oh, God, nobody wants to have a real game. All right, down to the bottom left-hand corner. Again and again. It's Virium. And up to the top right-hand corner, it's Gowser user. Yay! Yay!
There's more things that could come out from this. It could be a 1-game with a Stalker coming out.
Maddles, don't sugarcoat it, all right? Don't
sugarcoat.
sugarcoat
Okay,
it.
it's. I like to think of the opposite. Okay, fine. It's gonna be a 2-game. There's gonna be Zealots, and it's gonna be exactly the same as before, probably. Look, it's by another face. Look, there's another face right here.
It's an unhappy one again. Why is he going so far away with this?
Doesn't want to get scoured, bro. It's that simple.
Well, those Zealots are going to have a long time to walk away. I like just giving up on observing there. It's just like, nah, whatever. Okay. All right. So Virium going for his lovely 2-gate again.
Okay, this could work though. Will Ghost User be there and be like, he definitely won't 2-gate me again. I'll go for a 15 hatch.
I hope he. No, I hope Ghost User just wins so we don't have to see a third 2-gate. Like, but yeah.
Virium is now the Protoss version.
Hey!
Virium is now the Protoss version of Fuser for me.
Oh, dude, Fuser was a boss, man.
Proxy 11-11 every game, no matter what map.
Did you ever meet Fuser in real life? Did you get the opportunity?
Maybe.
Did you get this privilege to meet Fuser in real life?
I think I maybe did. I can't remember, honestly.
I shared car journeys with this guy and many things, and he was an interesting guy. Dude, I love Fuser. He was just a little bit crazy, and he probably doesn't deny that accusation at all. He's probably like, yeah, pretty crazy. Like, yeah, okay, great.
I'm not sure if that was the worst impression of an accent ever, or if it was
all
actually
you have to do with Finnish is just roll your R's like like storkers. Like that, a little bit.
Storkers.
Well, okay, maybe not like that.
Not that much. I just can't do it. Anyway, we do have a drone coming in now, and the drone is a bit like, again, really? Immediately a spine finishes, and yeah.
This spine may end up finishing, that's the thing. I don't think he has to keep this hatchery. He can go back to the defenses in his main base. He's starting to gas already. So I think this is going to do even less than last time.
Yeah, the hatch will just be a distraction, really. Every second that spine call is getting closer, it's more likely to finish. The Lings are out now. They can scare away the Zealots for enough time. Already they're looking to counter-attack too. The Forge coming up straight away, though, from Virium. But yeah, killing a hatchery with a Proxy 2-gate is not enough damage, or close to it. And the spine's now finished.
I mean, technically it'll have like 5 Zealots, so maybe they'll just try and ransack the spine.
Yeah, but look at the position of the Queens. The drones can stack up on it to make sure it doesn't die. There's already Lings there.
What? Oh, okay, he's going to cannon forwards as well to have a defensive position once he's cannoned back at home. But the cannon back at home is going to be kind of late to deal with those. So this is going to... Yeah, exactly. He knows he needs a lot of spines to actually deal with the eventual kind of cannon push.
Oh, if he gets that first Zealot, that's really nice.
If he would have got the probe, that would have been super sick as well, because it would have delayed a lot of this stuff. That cannon, I believe, covers... Oh, it's going to be really, really close to covering the very edge of that Nexus as well. But still.
Little micro war going on there. A couple of workers are getting picked off now. Actually, 4 probes killed.
So many.
The cannon will be able to finish, which is the annoying thing.
And he's losing a Zealot at the front as well that was rallied forwards. He lost 5 workers, 7 against 14.
This is way less damage this game, basically. Virium has done substantially less. This pile on the high ground's not going to do anything. The Roaches are already coming on through.
But the thing is that he saw the Roach Warren as well, and what answer does he really have to it?
He doesn't. He doesn't even he doesn't have a gas yet, so he's nowhere close to being able to get down anything of any use against Roaches.
So the Roaches have got 2 lovely options. A, just kill off some of the Zealots at the front, or B, go straight for a counterattack and run away.
Oh, it's really nice bringing the Lings in from behind. It actually is just a little delay.
Like,
Probe gets picked off.
And then once he goes over there and forces, again, as we were saying before, it just forces from the Nexus for the drones to move away from it. It's like, well, fun times. There you go, GG! Yeah. Way! Gowser user. He moves on to the round of 16.
I like the little cheer you did as well.
Nobody saw that on camera. Don't say anything.
It's like, yeah.
All right, okay. So, Gowser user moves on to the round of 16 after 2 pretty swift games there. And that means, I assume, we will be into the round of 16 now, or maybe even the round of 8.
We will. I'm just trying to check that at the moment of where things are going. But yeah, we've had very, very funky games overall. I don't think we are going into the round of 8, by the way. No one's there yet.
Okay.
But yeah, there's some cool games coming through now. Probably not as funky as these first few we've cast, if I'm being honest here looking at the player list. But it does keep us on our toes. It's things that we don't always get to see, which is always fun. And well, we're getting ever closer to those all-important top 2 spots, which means the players will get themselves into the stage 2 of the Americas qualifier and get a chance of winning a spot at Intel Extreme Masters San Jose. But we don't have a game yet.
No.
So we'll go to a quick break while we try and hunt one down. Yeah, compose ourselves.
Yeah, it's going to be great. All right, join us after the break, guys, when we have more StarCraft action here from the Intel Extreme Masters San Jose qualifiers.